Okay, I'm back. It's been a few days. And we've had some rain, we've had some sun, we've had a lot of things going on that were out of our control. But I have to admit to one thing. I messed up big time. It's really rather embarrassing, but I'm the type of guy that I put it all out there. Otherwise I wouldn't be making these videos, but I messed up. I have mixed and poured many times concrete, many times. But let me show you what happened here. Look at this mess. This is unforgivable. And I know pretty much the number of things that I did wrong when I did this. All of that up there is all broken loose. And look at that. Look at this. I will go inside and we'll look at it in here. Look at this. So, a bunch of you knows what I didn't know out there, I'm sure, what I did wrong. Number one, I put too much water in. That will always weaken it. Number two, I did not leave it open and allow for it to dry properly. Number three, and the biggest one, I pulled my forms off way too soon, causing all of that break off, all of this break off up here, everything. It has been a number of days and this is still not really what you would call dry. And it's because I did not prepare the site properly. It's because I did not give it proper ventilation. So what am I got to do? I have to basically chip most of that away, haul it out. I have new concrete in the back of the car that is a bit stronger that I'm going to be putting in here. I'll finish it off a little bit better. I have to put the forms all back up on here again, this one and another, but I'll clean them off and probably treat the surfaces with a little bit of PAM or whatever to help it a little bit. And I have to tamp it in to keep things like that hole from happening and all of this down here that just collapsed. Look at that hole there. I mean, I've never done this. I have never ever done this, but I did it this time. And because I know part of it, well, there's that whole thing. I'm going to bump that and I'll guarantee that whole corner is going to break off. But I know a lot of it had to do with me in a hurry, knowing that it was going to be very busy for a few days. I was in a hurry and I didn't prepare things properly. And I wanted to get it done and get it done for not only myself, but for the video. So I'll be back in a little bit, probably with me and my chisel, and we will be beating on this and tearing it down to where there will be just a little hump in the middle. Then I'll reform it, haul all that away, reform it, and we'll be repouring again. Be back. Okay, I've got all of this dug out here and I've been doing some thunking, and maybe some of you out there can have, I've got an idea as to another reason that this was such a problem. A number of the bags that I brought down had somewhat gotten hard because they were setting in the barn so long, and the barn of course has a damp atmosphere, especially during the springtime and late winter when everything is thawing. So I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, the cement in those bags had actually activated, and when I put them in the mixer and busted them all up, and that they just weren't going to set because. So here's my thought. I will be using the rest of them, but I think what I might do is get me a bag of Portland, and every time I put a bag of that Quikrete in my mixer here, I'm going to throw a shovel load of Portland in there with it. Comment below, let me know what you think, if that's actually, maybe I'm out in left field, if I'm, you know, if that idea might actually have a little bit of bearing to it. Let me know what you think. Right now I know I've got 6 bags of Quikrete 5000 up in the car. That's the strong stuff with the fiber, and that's what, when I break all this apart, I will leave a hump in the middle where all of the rebar is, but when I break all this apart, that's what I'm going to form up and pour in here. So it'll be strong, it'll be good, and I've even got more tools now than I did before. I got to dig that out over there on the other side, just like I did this. I'll be using, that is one of the handiest little tools. It's called I'm not sure if it's a foundation spoon or a ditch spoon or something, but man, that is handy. But I'll be digging that out over there on the other side, and then I start chopping, and as I chop, all the big chunks and pieces are going over into that, and it'll go down to my falling apart bridge down in the woods for getting back to the back 40. Just a thought. You know, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm convinced that my theory may just be right, because a couple smacks with a hammer, and look at that, rebar is exposed. It all turned to sand over here. So Mama and I are getting ready to, as soon as I dump that and get the tractor put away, we're getting ready to head in to get a little bit more of that concrete, because I didn't get enough for a whole job. I got enough thinking that some of it was going to be staying there. So we're heading in, and I'll be back out here later on this afternoon repouring this completely. Oh, yeehaw! Be back. Oh, okay, we have got a couple extra bags, and now I'm getting ready to build the forms again, and we're going to try this one more time and see what we can do about getting this poured the right way this time. All right, be back. Okay, we're getting ready to do it again. As you can see, I've got a new delivery system. This way I won't waste any of this. This stuff is a little more expensive. It's almost twice as much. The beast is sitting there with his bucket full of the bags that we need. Hopefully. Calculation says I needed about 7. I got 8, I think. And I hope to be able to take one of them back. All I got to do now is get the tools ready. I've got electric ready. Everything's ready to go. I even have 2 quarts of water in there because it said 3 quarts per, and we don't want to go over 3 quarts because it makes the concrete weaker. So okay, this is already acting a lot better than the other, and I do like my delivery system. So we'll be back in a little bit after I put a few more bags in here, and we'll see what it looks like. Does anybody see this as a deja vu? Well, I have to say one thing. This has worked much more like what I am used to when I have done these quickcrete bags. It has worked great, and now and you may be able to see over there by the man door, I had a little extra, so I threw that over there in front of it. It isn't going to hurt it. It's a good place to put it. I'll let this dry for about an hour, and then I'll come down and finish it off. And this time, instead of like the last time, I'm going to put an edge on both sides of it. I think that might not only make it look better, but I also think it's going to maybe help a little bit when it comes to breaking loose the okay. Much better. Now Mama's on her way down. We're going to build a temporary tent for this simply because it's supposed to rain. I want it to dry quickly like it's supposed to, but I don't want it to, have to put up with a lot of rain. And anyway, we're just going to put a little tent. It's going to put a 2x6 from here to there, and then just throw a tarp over it, and that's what all of these post ends are, is to hold that tarp down, just in case it should rain tonight. Okay. When we come back, the forms of this should be off, and we'll see just how it actually ended up. Okie doke, let's get this thing taken apart, or get that uncovered, and let's take a look and see what this looks like, and if we're going to be able to take the forms off. Hopefully, if I pull it out that way, all this water will just run loose, and we'll be good to go. Now that's exactly what I was hoping to see. I think I'll get my tools, and we'll get them forms off of there and see how that looks when it's all taken apart. And there is the door entrance. Now, I didn't get it worked in like I would have liked, but on the inside here, hopefully over time I'm going to be able to pour a floor in here which will cover that, and it's also going to be inside and out of the weather. On the outside, let me get out here, like down in here, it's areas that they're solid. It will work, and I hope along with that in there I'm going to be able to pour some type of a concrete apron. That being said, when this is dry, and I'm going to let it set for a few days, I'll be raking a lot of this back up there, and the same way in there, raking all of that in. So it's going to be supported on both sides by the gravel, but we have a nice ceiling surface for the overhead. Well, this is Sted Homer, and once again I'd like to thank y'all for stopping by. Once again, I kind of apologize for this phase 5, taking so much effort to get done. This will be the closing of part 2 of phase 5. It's what should have only taken a little bit to take care of, has just been really hectic all the way around. But I hope you enjoyed this segment of phase 5. And I sure would love to see y'all stop by again on phase 3. I am going to do everything I can to have phase 3, or part 3, excuse me, of phase 5, have it as a conclusion to this. And then we can go on and get other things done. That'll all start probably tomorrow morning. So, once again, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed your stay. Don't forget to subscribe. Give us thumbs up. Tell your family, tell your friends. Tell your local concrete contractor. They'll get a good laugh out of this. Catch y'all the next time. Y'all have a blessed, blessed, blessed day. Bye-bye.